Yes, people, welcome to Man Knows Football. Unfortunately, you're going to have to deal with this ugly sign for this stream. Yeah, because this is actually the last time I will be using StreamYard. Yeah, as some of you lot saw yesterday, those who tuned into the live, we had a new little setup on OBS. So there's no need for me to continue with StreamYard. So it's see you later, sayonara. But you can have this for one episode. Why not? Go on. But big up everybody in the building. I know you're like, where's Matisse? Matisse ain't here. You always do this, Guni. You always start off your live streams and you're by yourself and your guests never here. Well, listen, for some, lateness is greatness. And when you coin the term, you actually have to live by it. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, it's called practicing what you preach. So we can completely understand Matisse is still setting up. But you've got me until he does arrive. Big up everyone in the building. Stuart G, big up yourself. Samuel, big up yourself. Yeah, reminds me, I need to respond to the comments in the video that we put up yesterday. Big up everyone that commented, and I will be responding. Matthew, big up yourself. Samuel, big up yourself. True Blue, big up yourself. Umid, big up yourself. That's coming back. That's coming back. This is why you see this ugly little StreamYard thing nicking some free promo, because I refuse to renew my subscription because I'm going to be moving on to OBS. I'm going to be inviting my guests through OBS and all that good stuff. But Matisse will be here soon. He'll be here in a few minutes. Yeah, my guest will be here. I am not just clickbaiting. He is practicing what he preaches with the lateness is greatness. Big up yourself, Ra, as well. So until then, I'm just going to be shouting out the peoples I see in the chat. 64 of you in here. Actually, before I do that, you already know. Give it some of that. Yeah. Get some of that. That thumbs up. Yeah. Smash that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you're new. We're trying to reach that 20K mark, man. Every subscriber counts. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. If you're watching after the live, leave your thoughts down there in the comments. And also as well, if you do wish to support the channel, smash that join button. You get some unique perks with that. Yeah, let everyone know that you're a member, part of the Man Knows Football family. But it does go a long way to help with the channel. But all of the other stuff, just as important. Likes, comments, all of that. It just keeps us moving in that algorithm. So let me go back to some of the comments because I've seen some hilarious ones in here. RD Games, what's going on, bro? Big up yourself. Double S, Guni, you sexy bald beast. I've been called weirder things, so I'll take that. Shout for all the great content lately, Guni. Come on, man. All day long. I'm back doing what I love, man. I love doing this for you lot, 100%. Vivian, Nicholas, big up yourself. Sam again, you get another big up. President Jafar, big up yourself. Diego, my brother, come on, big up yourself, man. Eric, Faniel, Umid, Pradeep, Joey, my brother, big up yourselves. Joseph, I'm getting through as many as possible, man. Chelsea fan, Hannah, big up yourself. Mr. Harry, come on, bro, big up yourself. There he is. There he is. The technology is moving mad for everyone today. It's calm. Matisse, you're good. You're good. It's calm. More people are going to jump in the building anyway. So you get me? When you jump in, there'll be more people waiting. So that'll be good. And we can just get straight into it, bruv. So no pressure. You get me? But thanks for letting the people them know. You see how Matisse moves? Although lateness is greatness, there's still manners with the lateness. Yeah, you don't know. Proper manners. Chris G, come on, man. Big up everyone in Jamaica as well. Massive respect to you lot. Marbella Moose. Hola. Yes, man. Hola. ¿Cómo está? Stuart. I don't know if is that my hey, is that Stuart from UWS Upper West Side, Stuart? If it is, give me another thumbs up, because if so, bro, that's my guy. I actually kick ball with this brother. Yeah. Big up Stuart. If it's not, still big up yourself. Harad, big up yourself. Man said just bring in all three, you know. Todd's moving mad, but I don't know if he can pull all three of them off, you know. You're talking 70 M's for Caicedo, 70 M's for Deckers. That's 140. Yeah. And then you're talking 120 million. If you're doing it for January, for Enzo Fernandez. So you're looking at 260 M's on top of what we've already spent. Nah, you are playing some real life. I don't even know. You can't even call it Monopoly at this stage. I don't know what you're trying to play. You're on a mad thing. Matisse, listen, man, this whole OBS, and I get it. Chelsea fan, I get it. Trust me, I get it. Some of these things are so like, they're just mad complicated, innit? For no reason, bruv. Yeah, so some of these programs need some updates. If there's anybody that works with OBS, know somebody at OBS, please just ask them to make it a lot more user-friendly for us. Do you know what I mean? Like, just make it a lot more user-friendly. And I promise they'll get a lot more business. Is what it is. Christopher Wilson, done no. The Real Mafia, my bad, I missed you out. Done no, bro. Indian Scouser, done no. Yeah, we've got some Scousers in the building as well. Miles, I've explained on the last live. Yeah. Peace out to the brothers, though. Wish them, man, all the best. But I'm here. This is my platform. I've got to grow my thing now. Do you know what I mean? I've been featuring on so many other platforms and that I just need to focus on building this. Do you know what I mean? Paying a lot more attention to this as well. But obviously, it's always love. Love is love, innit? And I always want what's best for my guys. And while they're doing what they're doing, I'll always wish them the best. I'll always watch their content. Do you know what I mean? It's but maybe in the future, I don't know, but as of now, I can't see it happening. But possibly in the future, let's see. But even still, love and respect to everyone. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, come on, man, in the building. Man said, yard man in the building, mate. Yeah, with the Jamaican flags. Come on, fam. Galib, big up yourself. Big up Ecuadorian Ramirez is the way. I see the excitement for Caicedo's cooking. And right in time. Okay, 5 more shout outs, and I'm going to bring on my guest. Yeah, AJ, big up yourself. Himanshu, big up yourself. Eric, big up yourself. Kian, Jonathan, Henrik. Yeah, there's bare people up in the building. I can't keep doing it. Matisse,
what we are
we're going for the hood setup. We're in the ghetto today, fam. Yeah,
wow.
We're in the bin. We're not renewing our subscriptions because we moved on to OBS. Fam.
I've seen. Yeah, you're moving mad.
Yeah, no, today is actually the last day I will be using StreamYard. For me, I'm gonna move it all onto OBS. I understand that it's a little more technical, a little more fiddly, but for me, this year is about stepping outside your comfort zone because you'll always benefit from it once you take that challenge. Do you know what I mean? So we're going to stick to that. Yeah, we're going to stick to OBS. So StreamYard's done us good. It's been a backbone for this platform. Yeah, we've got to give our respect to StreamYard, but it's over. You get me? Finito. The fat lady has sung. You get me? But Matisse, thank you very much for joining me, bro. We appreciate you over here. We had a very good last stream. And we always have a good stream. But in that one, we was getting loads of comments. Bring Matisse back. You lot got to get that rolling. But Matisse, you are back after a win. Yeah?
At last, for once.
After a win.
Jesus Christ, brother.
After some transfers, and not only regular transfers, some gazumping as well. So we're just going to get your feelings on those first to open up before we move on to the main topic. Yeah, we need to know which character you are selecting for this battle. Yeah, later on. But let's first find out how you're feeling about the 3 points, how you're feeling about the signings as well so far.
I mean, the signings they're definitely fun signings. Do you know what I mean? They're fun signings. They're not technically limited signings. They make you dream. They make you wonder what you're going to witness on that football pitch. Is good. You got Mudryk, you got Felix. I mean, Mudryk is like an unknown quantity. I know he got a standing ovation at the Santiago Bernabeu, but I didn't watch that game.
Yeah.
But you know, he's exciting. He's a dribbler. 1v1 demon. He might get the tag. You never know. But Felix, we know all about. Do you know what I mean? And I miss him already. I miss him already, man. Man's gone from one game being suspended for the next 3. I just want to see him back in the shirt because we already saw in the first half what a difference he was in comparison to the others in that attack. Like the technical ability that he was showing, the quality was just on another level. So if we can have more of that, I'm happy.
Do you know what I'm very grateful for with João Felix? Is that he upped our standards again as a fan base. Because we saw some things, that we just haven't seen on a
Yeah.
consistent basis. Weighted passes where players don't have to break stride. I almost had a tear in my eye because he did it more than once. Yeah.
He nutmeg
Just
someone.
making someone spinning a man. But if his teammate perhaps had some awareness about him, we would have given him back the 1-2. But hey, apparently it happens. Do you know what I mean?
Hey, I don't want to get myself in trouble. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't want to get myself in trouble.
Apparently it's all right. Do you know what I mean? You're still elite if you don't see those through balls there. But listen, like you could see the quality is night and day, man. And the fact that we're trying to recruit along them lines, if they're not there yet, at least we can see they're young, they're building towards that level of potential. So it's good. Mudryk, for me, like you said, unknown element for me. I'm not going to sit here and blow smoke up his ass when I've not really watched him play like that.
He's only played like 12 games apparently in the Ukrainian league. So he's played. I mean, he's played Champions League games this season, and statistically it looks quite good. He's been in a group with Real Madrid. He's been in a group with Leipzig and Celtic, I think. So not bad. So, but again, we have very little to go off, isn't it? But the director of football, whoever he is for Shakhtar, is talking up a big game, saying a lot. He's giving great quotes today on Sky Sports. He's talking about how you're going to get much more. You're going to get much more than what you're paying for right now. If you were to sell him in the future, you're going to recoup a lot of that back. You're going to make a profit. Ballon d'Or, I've heard.
Of course he would.
Deserve be spoken about. So yeah, everybody's doing the propaganda.
If you knew, brother, if you personally knew you was getting 100 M's for even Harry Maguire, you're talking up the ting.
Yeah, 100%. You know what I mean? I would be like a salesman. I would be, with the chalkboard, with the whiteboard, I'd be pointing out all of the beautiful attributes that he's got. I'd be emphasizing those, trying to bring that to light as much as possible, doing whatever I can to make my buyer very, very happy. It's like on eBay when you're trying to sell a good, do you know what I'm saying? You make sure you dress it up nice, take a good angle, take a good photo. Hopefully when the shit arrives and he starts playing, he's not damaged goods, do you know what I mean? Because he's not looking very happy right now. Everybody's always trolling like, oh, he's looking sad, he's not very happy. But listen, if he's one of them demons that just doesn't smile and just does the business,
just
then
emotionless guys, bro.
Emotionless. Yeah, he might be just one of them introverts or maybe he's just really emotionless. He's just here to just cause problems and twist up defenders. I have no problem with that. No problem.
Facts. I hear you. But now that we've got some attacking transfers in through the door, and we did need reinforcements due to the injuries, and it's actually refreshing to see some technical ability and some actual cojones in the team where you've got attackers that actually want to beat their man, that can do that and actually can execute those things and can actually score in front of goal. I hope, because that Chelsea shirt is a funny one sometimes. You never know what a player can become once that goes on. But hopefully that stops. And as of now, we have been promised by our board, or not really, because this is all paper talk. But the latest rumblings have been the next priority is the midfield positions. 4 names actually have repetitively come up. One quite surprising in the sense of he looked like a dead cert. To some, he might still be. And I want to start off with this player. I want to start off with Declan Rice, because apparently in recent days, he has been linked with a move to Arsenal. It has been said that Arsenal are favourites to sign him as it stands. I don't know how much I believe of that, and I'll explain to you guys later why. But I have also heard over the past few weeks that interest has cooled since the new director of football's come in, Christopher Vivel and Paul Winstanley, which we can't be surprised because when people come in, they have their own targets and they might not like what the previous scouts liked. Do you know what I mean? So where do you stand with that? With the information that you've heard, not saying that you're in the know or anything like that. I'm not trying to put that label on you. Do you think that deal is just fading away and he's not going to be coming back to Chelsea?
No, I mean, to be honest, at the moment, I wouldn't say that it's fading away yet because we still have to see who's got their money together in the summer. Now, we know Arsenal don't want to get in bidding wars. They've already shown that for Mudryk, and they've said that, that's come out in many quotes that they don't want to entertain bidding wars. They're just going to put up the money they feel is warranted for a player, and if it goes above what they're willing to pay, then they're going to walk away. So it doesn't strike me as a club that is going to be difficult to battle against, considering our financial muscle right now. But it all depends on what we do in this window, because if we bring in, say, Caicedo, and he does incredibly well, 21 years old from Brighton, he bursts onto the scene. Yes, he's a different player to Rice, but then that's one position in the midfield sorted. Maybe they'll feel like, okay, you know, Caicedo's having a great time now. Maybe we can go a bit cheaper in the DM position. There are other players out there as well. And it depends on the other positions. Because as the season's going on, I'm guessing they're analysing what they've spent in the summer, where they've gone wrong, who they need to get out. I saw links for Sterling. I saw Koulibaly may not be safe. You know, and Levi Colwill is on the cusp of the England squad. So I think it all depends on how the season finishes and what that midfield looks like after the signing in January. And then they'll see how much they're going to throw in with the next one. But for me personally, Arsenal, he would suit Arsenal quite well, because he could kind of play where Xhaka's playing and play where Partey's playing. He kind of kills two birds with one stone. And that would give them quality depth. But I don't think we're as like kind of bold on Rice as we may have been previously. I do think that it's more up in the air now. It does feel like that. Before it was like, yeah, we have to get him. You know, Tuchel wants him, Lampard wants him, everybody wants him. And it's like, I don't feel like Potter is like one of those managers where it's like Rice. It doesn't feel like that. It would be lazy to just push it over to him and be like, yeah. I mean, this is a guy that's worked with Basuma, with McAllister, with Caicedo. He's worked with other profiles, different profiles. So I think he's one of those managers. And if we're going to be serious with our recruitment, it depends what the price is with this guy, because West Ham, I think, have an option to extend him for a year. They may not. I don't know what their valuation is of him right now, but they're gonna be arseholes, as they always are. So we have to look at it, because remember, we're interested in Lavia as well at Southampton.
Yeah,
he's very young. I think he's only 19. Yeah, he's only 19. But if Southampton get relegated, that's a cheaper option. So
it is,
but it's obviously not as much experience. So it depends. It really does depend.
Now, my thing is stylistically, because big up Uncle Jesters, because he brought this up yesterday on my live stream. He said Declan Rice doesn't suit how Graham Potter wants to play going forward. He wants to play with a pivot. Now, when I thought about that,
Rice plays in a pivot, doesn't he?
But when I thought about that, he's got a point, because let's say hypothetically, Enzo is going to be the partner. Let's say he does come to Chelsea, right? And you've got Dec there. Your Dec he doesn't always sit when you need him to. He does like to gallop forward. And I think that by allowing him to do that and asking Enzo to sit back, you're kind of doing us a disservice. I'd prefer it for Enzo to be the one that's more advanced. And then somebody else who can be trusted as a sitter.
Yeah.
Now, Caicedo and Lavia, again, they're both midfielders that can do it. Two different profiles. One is naturally a CDM. One is a box-to-box. One likes to win the ball higher up the pitch. Do you know what I mean? Caicedo does that. I think one of those two would probably be better suited, because at least with Caicedo, what I've noticed with him is when he wins the ball back, even high up the pitch, he doesn't over dribble it. He doesn't overdo it. He gives it to a more capable player. Do you know what I mean? And that's what I love about him. He respects his limitations and he respects the abilities of others around him, and he gives the ball away accordingly to those players. So that's why I'm not really against Declan not coming to the club. I'm not really against it. If we're gonna get the other two,
I don't mind. I've never been too hell bent on it, to be honest. I think for me, Caicedo, I like the player a lot. I don't know if he's worth 75 whatever million, but again, we're going to be overpaying for anyone regardless. But he's young, he's 21, and he's playing very well in that Brighton team, and Potter knows him very, very well. So if we go and bring him in, I'm still desperate for Enzo Fernandez. That is my favorite.
100%.
That is out of all of the midfield targets we've had, Enzo Fernandez is still my favorite one. In terms of the attributes he has, because I do believe he's a bit special in that way, where he gives us something a bit different. I know people are very excited about the Russian wonder kid as well. I haven't watched a lot of him, but
from the little things I have seen, he does look like that kind of playmaker that we desperately. When we're talking weight of pass and vision,
Do you know what I love, right, with these targets is we're looking for creative players now. I think we almost everything that we've been complaining about, or I've been complaining about for a while, which is a lack of creativity and very limited players and very system-based players, or very players limited in their technical ability, their vision, their attributes in terms of their physical limitations as well, positionally, not being able to play both flanks, etc. That nutmeg from Felix came from the right-hand side.
Yeah.
So Felix is not a right winger, but because he's so technically secure and he's got a bit of pace and he's got a bit of trickery, if he floats over to the right-hand side, he's still competent enough to cause problems and think of a solution. Whereas Ziyech, great performance in the last game, arguably man in the match with Kepa, but you can't put Ziyech on the left wing. So that limits you tactically as a manager. So I'm just glad to see that the targets they're more versatile, free flowing, but in that versatility doesn't come a lack of technical ability. Because a lot of times
that's what I was going to say as well. I was going to add on, like, every single player that we're looking at is technically above average, and I love
well
that.
Above.
Yeah,
well above. It's good.
I love.
Sorry,
that.
he's Ukrainian, not Russian. Sorry, is the playmaker Ukrainian or is he Russian?
Zach Ryan, I believe
I think he's Russian.
Oh, let me.
I know, obviously Mudryk. Yeah, we know Mudryk is Ukrainian, but I'm talking about he's
Russian.
He's Russian. Yeah, he is Russian. Yeah.
I like the look of him. I definitely like the look of him. And the thing is you see that profile of player, it's not really around that much, you know. It's hard to find as well. So I would love, but he seems sold. He seems like he does love Chelsea. The way he speaks about Chelsea has been the way Mudryk's been moving about Arsenal. Well, no, I wouldn't be that extreme, but he's welcoming every piece of Chelsea press his way, man. But CFC Blue, thank you very much for the super chat. Go for Edson Alvarez from Ajax and Nunes from Wolves. Now, Edson Alvarez.
I'm not sure about that Nunes from Wolves, you know.
I don't think Edson will be a target, to be honest with you. Interest has cooled down massively since what happened in the summer. That was evidently a panic move. I'm not saying he's a bad player, but I don't think we're going to be going in for him. Mateus Nunes of Wolves is not the profile that we need right now.
No, I don't think so. We just signed Andre Santos.
Yeah, exactly. Similar profile.
Similar profile for me. I don't think that's necessary. Carney's there as well. Carney's there. I think we have enough. I think we have enough box to box options. I think we need creators.
Exactly. Well,
creators.
But we haven't. Would you prioritize a creative player
over a sitter?
Yeah.
No. But you need both. So whatever you can get in this window, I'll be happy with. Do you know what I mean? If you can get a sitter, cool. If you can get a creative midfielder, cool. I don't really mind which one. Just please get something. Get one of those, because that would help. Now Caicedo, to be fair, is more for the defensive attributes, but he showed against Chelsea at the Amex that he has a proper line breaking pass in him.
He does. Yeah.
So I mean, when I check the statistics and I check the percentiles and I look for the data, it's not really there.
He's not up there in terms of the and all that. Yeah.
So because I'm not watching every Brighton game, I don't know if I'm being misled a little bit here. But from what I've seen, Liverpool, we saw it against us. He does look like he can play it in between the lines if he needs to, and he did take advantage of that right half space that we left open between the centre back and the fullback countless times against us. One of the goals literally came from him putting the ball straight through the right back and the centre back, and then a cross goal into the back of the net. So yeah, I think with him, hopefully he can do it on a regular basis, but. Yeah, from a statistical standpoint, it doesn't show that way. And Enzo shows that way. Enzo in his league is leading in all of those metrics, in progressive passes and all that stuff. So expected assists. This guy is like your certified passer. He can 100% pass. So yeah, I mean, Caicedo is. You're saying, AJ, about Caicedo box to box. A lot of people in the chat feels like he can sit. I think he's been asked to do multiple things at Brighton. At times he's been asked to sit. At times he's been asked to do box to box. So can he be our sitter? Maybe he can.
Personally,
depends on Potter.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Personally, I would AJ's kind of right in the sense of he wouldn't be my first choice at CDM, but that's why I keep saying we need more than one.
He's like the Kante replacement.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
so he could actually play with Lavia in behind. Although some might say, oh, that's going to be super defensive. But if you're playing the free, it doesn't have to be necessarily. But
if you were picking three, you could go Caicedo, Enzo Fernandez, and then Lavia or something like that. That's a very balanced midfield. It's got a little bit of everything. And then you can bring in your Russian playmaker into that. And, you know, they're your options off the bench. Andre Santos off the bench. Mason is still an option there as well. And then, of course, you need probably another sitter. But that would be quite a balanced midfield. So, yeah, defensive box-to-box is what I would call him. I think that's a great description. Because Kante's a box-to-box, but Kante's not a creator. You know, he doesn't give you the final pass. He doesn't give you the goals. He doesn't give you what the box gives you, the other box, right? But he is box-to-box because he's not a sitter. So he does cover the ground. He does counter press. He does win the ball high up the pitch. He does... So box-to-box is not always the same thing. You know, it depends on the player. It depends on the attributes. Some box-to-box players are actually kind of not as great defensively as they need to be at times, you know, in comparison to others. So we just know he's not a sitter in terms of Kante. So you give him the box-to-box. But maybe Caicedo could sit. You know, I'm not sure. Because him and McAllister and everybody in that Brighton team are very versatile. They do pick up a lot of positions. I was speaking on Pascal Gross on a tactical show. And if you look at Pascal Gross this season, he's played like right back. He's played second striker. He's played, I think he's even sometimes played up front if he's had to. He's played centre midfield. Pascal Gross has like played 3 or 4 or 5
several different positions.
Yeah. And you know, it doesn't seem to affect him. So I don't know what it is with Brighton. It's just the way that they play, so direct and so... Everybody is just, they seem to be technically very, very, very secure. They're able to take up many positions. Look at McAllister. McAllister was a 10. Then for Argentina, he's playing left mid in a 4. And then for Brighton, he's playing as like almost their regista in the double pivot next to Caicedo. So a lot of Brighton's players are they're very versatile and they are able to play a lot of positions. So yeah, man, we'll have to see.
This one here, as much as I love the player, I think Kone is a lot less disciplined than what Caicedo.
Oh yeah, much less disciplined.
That's the problem, and I think that would leave us open worse than a Rice and Enzo or a Caicedo and Enzo by miles. I love the player. Don't get me wrong, but I think in terms of he was the most forward-thinking player out of the three. Do you know what I mean? So I don't think that would necessarily work. Would I have him as an option in the squad? 1000%. But it's just, where do you fit him in?
Not with Enzo for me. Not with Enzo.
Well, this is the thing. If Loftus, because we want to talk about this. If Loftus-Cheek is leaving, Conor Gallagher's potentially going to leave. Jorginho's not signing a new contract. We still don't know what's going on with N'Golo Kante. That's potentially 4 midfields out. And Kovacic, that's 5 potentially. I'm not saying all 5 leave. I'm not saying that. But if 3 out of the 5 leave, all of a sudden there's space for 1 more.
But I think we do have to leave room for Carney, Andre Santos, and Lewis Hall. I think when you look at those 3, especially Andre Santos, he's got a lot of promise. People are speaking about he could be the next, you know, big thing out of Brazil. That's why we purchased him. Carney was already signed last summer, so he has to be involved. And Lewis Hall has shown that he's a very, very good midfielder as well, or a very good player for us, and he's been playing out of position. So I think we actually don't have maybe as much room as we think we do, because obviously you have to include Mason Mount in that. He's not going anywhere. You know, he's still got contract issues, but I don't think that will be something that he doesn't sign up for. So that's 4. So then you've got 1, 2 positions, and then next thing you know, you've got 6, and that's 3 positions, 6 players. So unless Andre Santos goes out on loan, which he could go out on loan to a Portuguese club. They don't have the multi-club model sorted yet. If they did, I think he would go straight out on loan in a Portuguese league, and he would get his time to develop and play there. But because we don't have the multi-club model yet, I don't know how quick they are to move players out on loan when they don't have guarantees and things secured. Because even Fofana, I mean, maybe it's due to the injury, of course, but he's also not going out on loan. He seems to be staying here. So it's very dangerous to get these players in, loan them out to any club and not have a real plan, because the whole point of the multi-club model is to have a plan and have a clear structure around them where they're actually going to succeed and not just gamble, because we've sent so many players out on loan and they're just gambles. Ampadu, gamble. And it's funny because if we'd actually looked after these players maybe and chose their loans better, you know, a lot of them have had at some point have had the potential to make it here, but we, you know, these loans have been very cut and dry.
Listen, Santiago, don't watch Matisse's dress code. He's looking like a shower, man.
I've just come from
Yeah?
a meeting. That's
He
why.
might just turn up at your work and sack you, bruv. Give you your P45. So you best behave yourself, bro. Yeah, behave yourself. Watch how you talk to Matisse, you know, when he's wearing the suit and the turtleneck, fam.
Big meetings, big meetings are
Trust
taking
me.
place, man.
Yeah, advancement. That's what we like to hear. Striving to get better. Have to respect it, bruv. Man knows football. Check Simon Phillips' tweet he posted 10 minutes ago. Let's have a look. Better not be wasting my time, mate. Yeah. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. You're not wasting my time. I already know this. Big up Simon as well, though. Oh, you're not. Listen, if this is true, bruv. If this is true, I feel sick to my stomach. If this is true, yeah. If this is actually true, yeah. This is actually true, rude boy. Yeah. This is going to upset me. This cannot be true, bruv. Yeah. Do not bring that donkey. Yeah. Don't bring him to my club. I do not rate this guy, blood. Yeah, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? People. Man,
that's too much money, man.
How much? I didn't even see the price tag. I didn't even get past the name.
Well, it looks like we're only prepared to pay 30, so hopefully that ends it.
Hey, I beg you, Inter, I beg you, start moving like De Laurentiis. Move like De Laurentiis on this transfer, please. We are on your side. We are on your side.
Where he's a wing back, right? We don't play with wing backs,
brother. This guy, yeah, because he gassed people in the Euros, had a decent World Cup, brother. Nah, please, nah. I'm sorry. I'd rather we use Bashir, fam. Yeah, I'd rather we just risk it with Bashir, blood.
What, playing right back? Are you mad?
What then Dumfries, fam?
No, but yeah, but don't. Let's not kill two birds with one stone.
No, I'm saying I'd rather. But I'm saying if you gave me the choice, sign Denzel Dumfries, yeah.
No, just play. Just honestly, just play Trevor out there. That's you know. If you're not gonna find anyone good, just
Well, hey, Matisse, this is a good point as well, bruv. Why are Chelsea trying to go for this guy? Well, listen, Aaron made a good point, bruv.
Lukaku.
Yeah? You could go for Porro. This man's.
Yeah, Porro is there. Yeah, but also I don't know how he is defensively, but I've only seen him twice against Tottenham in the Champions League. But they need to take Lukaku before we start doing things for them.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying.
To show with that.
This is what I'm saying. And to those people that are going to be like, we can't sign Porro. He crashed Felix's misses. He didn't. I've done my homework on that one. He didn't lay the pipe on Felix's misses. It's not one of those ones. Yeah, nothing untoward had happened between them. Yeah, so he can join Chelsea Football Club and play good football. But please keep that man away from me. I don't want him at Chelsea Football Club. Despite Kepa's performance against Palace, do you believe we need a real world-class keeper? What do you reckon? Because I still don't trust Kepa. And
we've always needed a goalkeeper.
I think me and you are the only ones that have stayed consistent in saying, please don't trust Kepa. Don't.
Like, Kepa's having a great run of form. Don't get me wrong in terms of that performance against Palace, and then obviously he was having a few hiccups, but we need a goalkeeper, man. It's not, nothing has changed. Literally, nothing has changed. He's gone on a good run. I think his ball playing ability has been really good as well. This goalkeeper here is very, very young, so I highly doubt he's ready to start games for Chelsea.
Yeah, exactly.
So that should be the second choice or third choice or whatever, but he's too young. We need to get a top goalkeeper, man. We need to find a top goalkeeper. As simple as that. I think nothing has changed. We can't keep doing this back and forth. Kepa starts, Mendy starts, Kepa starts, Mendy starts, Kepa. Like, that's not what the goalkeeper position is about. It's about being able to rely upon a clear number one. Even when I spoke with Begovic, because Begovic was a number 2 at Chelsea.
Yeah.
So I spoke with him and I said, okay, let's get the perspective of a second choice goalkeeper, because this is perfect. He wasn't a first choice goalkeeper his whole career. Second choice at Everton, second choice at Chelsea behind Courtois, first choice at Stoke, etc.
Yeah.
So I asked him, I said, do you believe that the goalkeeping position should have a 1 and a 2 that are very, very competitive, where you don't know who your number 1 is and you kind of rotate and you fight for your place? And he said, no, you need to have a clear number 1 and a clear number 2. Goalkeepers would like to know if they're starting every week and if they're not starting every week, because the second choice goalkeeper has a different mindset to a first choice goalkeeper, and the centre backs and the defense need to know who their goalkeeper is every week. The team sheet, when it goes up in the dressing room, you shouldn't need to ask who the goalkeeper is. That's not a debate. It's not something that happens where, oh, can't wait to find out who the goalkeeper is. No, the goalkeeper is the goalkeeper, and that's that. And then if you've got a cup game coming in, or Carabao Cup, then you can maybe rotate.
Yeah.
But yeah, for me, when you've got a top club like this where you're trying to set up a proper defense, you're trying to have consistency, then you have to have a top goalkeeper, man. You have to.
No, facts. I agree. And to be honest, I don't think neither long term are the answer. Neither long term are definitely not the answer. And we definitely need an upgrade in that position. But is it a position? Because we've got to weigh it up with the other ones. In comparison to the others, when we relate it to those ones, is it a position that can wait right now till the summer? I'd say so.
Yeah, it can.
I'd say so. Yeah. I mean,
we're not going anywhere.
Yeah, the right back situation needs to be solved. The midfield situation needs to be sorted out. They reckon we need to get another striker as well. Let's not forget we've been linked with Osimhen, who we're not going to get. Yeah, anyone that actually has any hope, please, I'm here to tell you. While he's at Napoli, it's not happening. And the other one that might actually happen is Vlahovic. So let's see.
Oh, Vlahovic.
Yeah. So we'll see with those ones. I'm not really going to talk too much about those because I feel like in comparison to the midfielders at the minute, the links are quite loose. There's not really anything that's been super concrete with those two just yet. Do you know what I mean? So out of the three, let's talk about Enzo Fernandez because I feel like we've spoken about him the least. Maybe it's because it's just PTSD. We don't want to hear that name after the saga that we had earlier on in this transfer window. But you get mixed reports though, don't you? Chelsea are not going back in for Enzo Fernandez. They prefer to wait till the summer. Chelsea haven't completely said no to working with Benfica for Enzo Fernandez for a January transfer. We don't know. But what I definitely believe is that we will be back in for the player. And I also think we're now in this situation where not only do teams know we've got money, but teams outside of England have seen us act, and teams that pose a threat to us from getting that player. We cannot wait till the summer if we want the best chance to sign him for several reasons.
I think, yeah, the competition in the summer will be mad. I don't know if anyone's going to hit the asking price that they're looking for up front because they obviously just want the release clause, one fee paid. It's a lot of money. I don't know if anyone's going to hit that, but that's similar money Bellingham's going to cost. I personally feel like he's more needed than Bellingham. I wouldn't even go for Bellingham personally. I'm not asked. I think for me, it's all about Enzo. If you're going to pay that much money, I'd pay for Enzo before I'd pay for Bellingham.
He's a better player. Let's.
I've said it so many times. I've said it so many times. Like obviously Bellingham's got a lot more of the hype because he's done it for longer. But I just think Enzo's gonna be much more important to what we're lacking in our team. So I would go with him. I just think he's much more creative on the ball. I don't think it's even close. So yeah, that's how I see that. And then, yeah, I mean, Rice's price has dropped a bit because his contract is running out. But for me, it's going to be difficult because there will be competition. But we know we can't get him now because Benfica, they want the release clause or nothing. And we're trying to be financially cautious with how we do our deals and installments and whatnot. So I don't think we're going to get him now. You know, if we were going to get him, I think we would have just got him. Benfica are not going to budge. So we're going to have to go back in the summer and have to see if we're still involved at that point to hopefully go and get him. We may just go and get cheaper alternatives, you know.
I don't know, bro. I'm telling you, I reckon there's a surprise for us in the last few days of this transfer window.
Really?
And I really do. And I think even more so if we end up with Lavia out of the three. And I'll tell you why. Lavia's 19. He's the least experienced out of all of them. And also as well, his injury record at a young age isn't the greatest. It might be, for me, I reckon, if we sign him, we're going to...
Did Lavia have injuries in the academy as well?
I don't know if he had injuries at City.
I know he
Academy.
missed. I know he missed about 9 games this season. But it's his first season in the top flight. So unless he's missed games in the academy, I'm not too worried about his injury record yet. I haven't checked his injury history actually. But he is young. He hasn't really played loads of games because of that injury. So he would be like a very not unknown quantity completely because we were looking at him in the summer. So obviously Joe Shields, I guess, has had a little bit of an influence on that. Brought him to Southampton with him, and then he's obviously come to Chelsea now, and then we're still going after him. Yeah.
Artem, thank you for the super chat. Dumfries doesn't fit the under 25 quota anyway. Well,
good.
Yeah, exactly. That's great.
But the one thing I will say is in that position, that's the only position where I don't actually expect us to sign someone under the age of 25 because Reece James is already under the age of 25.
That's true. That's true. But then,
and Pedro Porro, by the way, is a wing back as well.
And there's this, and this is my thing. Does the same rule apply to the midfield then? Because I've suggested many times that people are not going to agree with what I'm about to say here, but I'm going to say it anyway. For me, this is excluding Enzo Fernandez, Lavia, Declan Rice, and Caicedo, if I had to sign one, I'm picking Lavia all day long because I believe in several seasons.
Lavia over Rice. You were a big Rice enthusiast.
I like Rice, but what I see from Lavia now is because I have foresight, bro. I can see this kid is going to be a very, very special talent if he keeps fit. That's why. So based on that logic, I've advocated for this.
It's cheaper. I mean, if you're going to get him, you do wait until Southampton potentially get relegated, in my opinion.
If we get Lavia, now this isn't me saying that Lavia is better than these guys. I'm just saying in terms of long-term vision, I think he's going to be the best out of them, man. Excluding Enzo, by the way. Enzo, right? So my logic was this, Matisse. If we get him at 19 years old, right? We know that he can play, but it's still a lot of pressure for him at a top level. Palhinha is 26. There's still sell-on value for the player if we decide to change our mind in 2 or 3 seasons. His wages ain't going to be astronomical, and he lives in the city. And if we're going to sign an Enzo or whatever, because I know people are saying, attacking-wise, he's not great, whatever. If he's a presence in the midfield, first and foremost, he can win the ball as well. I think positioning-wise, he's not terrible. I think technically he's all right as well. But if you're asking him to just distribute to other players around him, your Mudriks, so on and so forth, he can do a job in that squad with better quality around him. So this is what I'm saying. I wouldn't mind signing a 26-year-old Palhinha, and then signing a 19-year-old Lavia, because now you've got a little bit more experience in that position, and then you've got the youth that is coming up, who's up and coming. Do you reckon that's it? What do you reckon?
I get it. I think it's always important to have some balance. I know we're trying to build a under 23 super team, but you do need the right, and I say the right type of experience, not just any experience, but you do need the right type of experience. But this is a long-term project, isn't it? And we're probably not going for major honours next season. I mean, I always believe we should be trying to snag a cup minimum every season. Even this season, up until we got knocked out, I wanted us to be going for FA Cup. I don't see no reason why not.
We can still win a trophy this season. There's one more.
Yeah, that's a major though. That's a major one. We could dream if we got a right back and a centre mid, because all it takes is for everyone to get back fit and do a madness, and you never know. Champions League is a knockout competition, so you can never write it off. But as things currently stand, for me, it's a no. It's not going to happen. But listen, if it depends on so many unknown things that we just don't know. Mudryk would have to come in immediately, blast. Felix come back, blast. People would have to pick up their form. You never know. But yeah, for me, you need that centre mid, and you need that because Zakaria is now out for a month. Obviously, he's only going to miss 2-3 games, but
yeah, and
he's injury prone as well. People forget when they're saying, "Yo, just buy him up." I'm like, wait, hey,
that was my next question.
Do you know Zakaria's injury record as well?
Yeah, this is what I've been saying, bro.
I'm saying. So it's like
only 21 million. It doesn't cost nothing. Yeah, when you never see him on the pitch, 21 million pound is a lot of money. Yeah, would you be happy spending 21 million pound on a product that you can't use whenever you want to use it? Yeah. What are you guys talking about?
We
This
need to
guy's
we need
injury
to we
record
need to
is
chill with
wicked.
the injury prone injury because
Yeah, bro.
our medical team is too shambolic right now to be buying injury prone players. We'd be lucky if we even keep the players that are actually good from a fitness standpoint and don't make them shit, let alone sign injury prone players. I know one club right now that can't revive nobody, and it's us. We can't revive no injury prone player, man.
Yeah, can't revive nothing, bro, at all. Nothing. But how much time have you got, Matisse? I'm not trying to keep you. Well,
I say till half, just till half.
okay,
Yeah.
cool, perfect. So that's enough time for us to discuss our final topic. But before we do that, people, we've got 554 people in the building. Yeah, tuned into the last ever live episode on StreamYard RIP on the Man Knows Football platform. Yeah, we're going to be moving on to OBS. Smash that subscribe button. We are on the road to 20K. Help us get there if you are new. Leave your thoughts in the comments after. If you are coming back to watch this live, smash that thumbs up button and hit the join button if you want to become a member of the channel. But the final piece of news that we do have here is Newcastle are looking at moves for Conor Gallagher, Loftus-Cheek, and Hakim Ziyech. Potter would be reluctant to lose Gallagher and Loftus-Cheek due to injury problems, but Ziyech would be allowed to leave. Now, in a normal scenario at Chelsea, which is never the case at Chelsea, we just never have normal anything at our club. Yeah, I'd sell all three of them. Big man. I'd see you later.
I'm not even disagreeing with you, to be honest. I'm not.
Yeah. even the comments, blood. Get rid of
like, to be fair to Gallagher, right? Last performance was really good. I really enjoyed his last performance. I think it was a lot better than usual.
Yeah.
And I kind of feel sad that I have to be so kind of harsh with Gallagher in what I think in terms of his ceiling and his ability to play in a Chelsea midfield. Now, that's not to say he couldn't be a squad player. He could come off the bench and inject some energy. He could be a guy that we use as a utility player. But when you see who we're buying, Andre Santos, you know, we're linked with the Russian wonder kid. We're linked with Enzo Fernandez. You know, we want the best talents in the world. It's just to be that clear. You know, I'm not here to be like, oh, we should have every single academy product stay here because of an emotional attachment. I think Levi Colwell is one that you absolutely keep because I can see that he is potentially, for me, one of the best talents in the world. Reece James, he was at the time one of the best talents in the world, now one of the best players. This is Chelsea Football Club. As Emma Hayes says, we are here to win. And if we're not winning right now, we have to set ourselves up to win. So if I see players that have higher ceilings potentially elsewhere, then I'm going to start to look at them and think, why can't we have that? Do you know what I mean? And I know there is certain intangibles that are very important, like, you know, giving a shit about the club and whatnot, 100%.
Yeah.
And because we complain about that so often, about seeing performances where the players don't look like they give a shit, it is important not to, you know, underestimate or to kind of trash that point just because it's not based on football technical ability. But even still, do you know what I mean? We do want to get the balance right. And I do think that in that position in particular, we do need to up our game. So if you're going to be an advanced midfielder for Chelsea, you need to be able to dribble. You need to be able to do a lot more, you know, for me. So that's how I see it, man. That's how I see it. But yeah, those three names, I mean, it's mad. If Newcastle were to do a triple threat and take all of them, that'd be mad. It's not going to happen, but you know, I'm fine with all of them going. Obviously, I love Loftus-Cheek as well. I think everybody loves Loftus-Cheek. You can't not. You know, the guy's put his heart and soul into trying to make it at the club. He's had massive injury setbacks. If this was the Loftus-Cheek of the Sarri season, hey, be a beautiful thing. But unfortunately, you know, it hasn't worked out that way. And again, he's blocking space for potentially younger players now coming through that could have a higher ceiling and probably do have a higher ceiling than him as well. So yeah, man. We have to keep it moving. And when we talk about Ziyech, people say, oh, you know, he's our most creative player. That's not hard. That's not hard to be our most creative player. We have no creativity, so it's not hard to be our most creative player. If you're a winger that can do a cross-field ball like Ziyech and you have a little bit of vision, you're suddenly our most creative player. That's without being able to go past players. That's without being able to score goals on a consistent basis. So it's not hard, is it? Do you know what I mean? The standards are on the floor. So we're trying to up those standards. So for me, at his age as well, I have no problem with him going. We're trying to create a young team, who are there for the future. Ziyech is not a project player. Ziyech is a right now player, and right now at his age, he's not world class at his age. So that's it. There's nothing more to see here. If you're 28, 29, 20, 30 at Chelsea and you're not playing to a world class level, then that's it. There's no conversation.
There's no point. Yeah, you're not good enough.
There's no point.
It's a fact. It's a fact. This is a good point as well from Chelsea SW6. But actually, before I read this out, we just got some news about Zach Ryan, the little Russian wonder kid over there, the creative little demon over there in Russia. Apparently, we're not going to be going for him in January. I'm not really surprised, to be honest with you. There was a lot of... He would have been a player in the summer, but because of everything that's happened on that side of the world and his nationality, FIFA have made that transfer quite difficult. Do you know what I mean? And apparently it's not getting any easier. I don't know if he's had to change citizenship. There was rumors of that. Just a whole mad thing that was going on with that. But that's a move that can wait till the summer. I'd still strongly believe that we are his first choice. We're definitely his first choice. Hey, big up No Chofties, man. Yeah, make sure you go and subscribe to the platform. Make sure you subscribe to the mandem. You get me? Love you, man. Yeah. So, Matisse, I'm not going to keep you up until the half hour. What I'm going to do is I'm going to ask people to smash the like button before they skedaddle. Smash that like button. Smash the subscribe button if you are new as well. Yeah, hit the join button to support the channel. Matisse, thank you very much for joining me on the platform.
Pleasure.
Let the peoples know what you've got coming up or what you've already got up that you'd like them to see.
Yeah, I mean, pleasure as always, man. Pleasure as always. We have a very interesting end to the season ahead of us. So, we're going to get through it. We're going to get through it. Wolves versus Liverpool. Watch along is starting at 6:45. We have to try and get revenge because we did the first game and Wolves should have gone through. So I'm running that watch along 6:45 in about 15-20 minutes. I might do a FIFA stream later. It's dependent on whether or not I think I can compete with the mighty Big Six Extra because they're on live tonight and they're doing their thing. So shout out to them. But there will definitely be one tomorrow night. But we might just double up. And then tomorrow, big All You Can Eat Chelsea is back as well. And then the Liverpool previews start. So it's going to be a mad week, man. There's a lot of big game between two mid-table clubs. So I'm looking forward.
Yeah, it's going to be a huge game. And obviously, people, you know where to find me here on this platform. I'm not sure if I'll be doing another video later. If some new news comes out, I'll do a pre-upload. But outside of that, I'll be recording live tomorrow and doing an upload tomorrow. So there'll be 2 uploads. Check out the live that was done yesterday if you haven't seen it. And yeah, people, big up everyone. Thank you for your support. And next time you see me with a guest, I promise you, this ugly duck in the corner is not going to be there no more. Yeah, so it's a goodbye to you, and it's also a goodbye to StreamYard. It was fun while it lasted. And please do as Diego C. Palace has just said. Notifications on, subscribe to Matisse and myself, all of that good stuff. But people, stay safe. Gareth Southgate out at all times. And yeah, we're out. We're gone.